Namaste everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome to my channel. I am Sharvani Rao and it's nice to meet you. You may or may not know that I'm a small business owner. I've been running a pretty successful business from 2 years now. I've sold well over 1,300 products, but now I am stopping. More on that later, but now this video is all about how you can start your own successful retail small business, tips and resources so that you know things that I didn't know while starting, the things that could have saved me thousands of rupees over time. Stick until the end of the video to know why I am stopping this small business even though it is at its peak right now. Now, without any further ado, here are 10 things that I wish I knew before starting my small business. Namaste. First one is having a niche. Having a niche is so important for any business in the age of social media. Now, if you're not planning on running your business on social media, then this video is not for you because that is not something I'm well versed in to give advice on. But if you're promoting your small business on social medias like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc., then having a niche is super important. People should know what you sell specifically. If you want to go into a fashion small business but you also promote, let's say, books in your account, then people will get confused. Your audience should know what they're following you for. The second thing is resourcing. Resourcing is one of the first things that anyone has to do if they want to start a retail small business. First, set up your niche and then look for wholesalers in that set niche. You can look for vendors around your area, but what worked for me is reaching out to them through wholesale B2B apps such as India Mart, Store Hippo, Bharat Supply, etc. But you have to keep in mind that there are frauds everywhere you go, so please make sure to not get scammed by anyone. The third thing is profit margins. This is something I see a lot of small businesses failing at. Yes, you need to have a competing price, but at the same time, you should compensate yourself properly for the work you do. Otherwise, you'll burn out super easily. Yes, big corporations are giving their products at such reasonable prices nowadays, but you don't have the privileges that a multi-million-dollar corporation does. They can get their products in thousands of quantities and they have tied up with so many shipping companies. They can send out so many products at the same time. They have a lot of laborers working at a minimum wage. If you have a sustainable business model, then you have to get your products in a sustainable way. If you have any laborers, you have to pay them well, you have to pay your taxes, your bills. If you don't take all of these into consideration, you will very soon feel exhausted and not compensated enough. At the same time, you cannot have your prices super high. So my solution for this is to divide your sales price into cost, labor and profit, even if you haven't hired anyone yet. In this way, you get the labor charges for the amount of manual work you do and also a certain percentage of profit on the products. Also, this helps you to not hike your prices once you actually start to hire staff because the labor cost is already in check. The fourth thing is cutting cost. One of the things a lot of small business owners do is investing too much upfront, like shipping supplies, fancy shipping supplies and decorative items for your workspace to make aesthetic videos. If you comfortably have the funds to do so, then go on. But if you have very little to start off with, this is the worst way to spend that money. I'll tell you all about the supplies I use in one of my future videos, so stay tuned for that. The fifth thing is using trending audios. Short form content is at its peak right now. If you're a small business owner and you're not using Reels to promote your business, then you're losing so many sales. Get creative with your ideas. Scroll for a bit every day on small business accounts to know how they use the trending audios in their niche. These are some of the trending audios I used for my business.
Because it's iconic. And I love to do iconic shit.
Am I old?
Have a holly jolly Christmas. XOXO, Gossip Girl.
That's a great question. I've been wondering that myself.
The sixth thing is put yourself out there. If you want to promote your small business on social media but you're not posting more because you're shy or you care about what other people think, you're missing out on so much success. Posting consistently is the key. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're not comfortable to show your face or show yourself in your videos, it's not necessary at all. There are so many other things that you can do for content, like faceless content. Here are some examples. thing is shipping logistics. This is something I've learned after losing so much money on shipping costs. I've given free shipping on all of our clothing items since I started this business, that was February of 2022. That puts a lot of cost on my head. At first I was using ShipRocket as it was the one recommended all over the internet, but soon I realized it was not meeting my financial requirements, and then I shifted to DTDC. It was going pretty well for a few months, but then came winter when I started to sell more heavier items like trench coats, blazers, woolen tops, etc. And the shipping costs skyrocketed. At one point, I've spent 250 rupees to ship an item which is 600 rupees. I started to lose more money than I was making. Then I made a big change and I shifted to Indian Post. It was very uncomfortable in the beginning because I was used to someone picking up the parcels directly from me. Now I had to go to the post office and stand in a long line every time. But it is one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I've saved thousands on shipping after that. If you're just starting out and you have an Indian post office nearby, then this is the best option for you. The eighth thing is returns and exchanges. As I've said before, you don't have the privileges of multi-million-dollar corporations. Returns and exchanges are one of the reasons many small businesses fail. I've had many instances where customers have asked me for returns or exchanges after 4 months of delivering, and once someone got my parcel, then somehow damaged it. They stitched it up and sent me a photo saying that they received it like that, like on that day, but I can clearly see on the website that they received it like 3-4 days ago. That was too specific, but you get what I'm saying. But there have also been instances where I've sent a damaged or stained product without knowing. So to avoid any scams or misunderstandings from either side, I had this rule in place. The customer has to make an opening video, and if you have any damages in that product, you have to show that in the video so that I know that I have sent a damaged product. In that case, I'll gladly refund, or they can exchange it with some other products, anything that they want. Do come up with something like this, or you lose all of your money spending it on return shipments for people who wear it for one event and then decide they don't want it. The ninth thing is followers don't matter. I really wish I knew this sooner. Followers and views does not equal to good sales. I'm not saying you should not post more, that just goes against everything I said. The more you post, the more exposure you'll get, the more sales you have. But most of them won't follow you. I've been actively promoting my business from 2 years, and yet I only have 1,400 followers, but I managed to make 1,300 sales in those 2 years. That's because only the people who actually want to buy from you will follow you, unlike an influencer's account where they follow just to see what they post regularly. Don't stress on the numbers, just focus on curating good quality products and good content. The last but definitely not the least is have fun with it. You can do all this, but it goes to vain if you're not enjoying what you're doing. For me, I enjoyed every moment of working, like receiving my products, going through them, measuring them, sorting them, taking pictures of them, posting them, making content for my account, interacting with my customers, packing my orders, shipping my orders. I loved everything. That is why it is so important to pick a niche that aligns with your interests. If you love technology but pick art supplies as your business niche, you will most definitely be miserable. So before starting anything, go through all of your ideas, brainstorm whatever you have, and then pick what you actually want to do. Pull a Monica on this one, it's definitely warranted.
What do you want to do? Let's do something crazy.
And now onto the question that everyone is asking me after I announced that I am closing down this business. Why? If it's going so well, then why? All I have to say for this is I'm just moving on to different things, and the amount of time I'm spending on this is holding me back from that. I'm getting ready for an exam that is in the near future, and I'll be moving to a different city later in this year. And I'm also learning some skills that help me financially without having to be rooted in one place. As much as I love my small business, it's a very demanding job, and I simply don't have the time that it demands right now. Saying that, I'm so grateful to this business that got me through these 2 years, paid my bills, and made me so happy. I met so many amazing people all over this country, and we built a community that supports me in everything that I do. I wouldn't change it for anything. We still have a few drops coming in these upcoming weeks, and I hope you like them as much much as I do. If you're not following my business account yet, go follow it to not miss these final products. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also comment down what you think about it. And also, I'll be telling you all about the supplies that I used for my small business in my next video, I think, so subscribe to not miss that out. Thank you for watching my video out of all the videos on here, and I'll see you guys again next week. Namaste.